running a brand is not easy. You always have to come up with new ideas, be creative, get innovative, and sometimes that's not easy to do, and it's very challenging. And so during the NFT era, how many of you guys remember that era? There was all these different NFTs, all these different projects, and most of them had animals like monkeys or apes or tigers or whatever it was. And I wanted to put out an NFT project that hit different, one that had real value, one that was really not just intrinsic, but also like physical, like you can touch. And so I came up with this concept that, why don't I draw the cannabis prisoners? And so I commissioned an artist. He was an amazing individual out of Arizona. His name is Mr. Strauss, and he is a phenomenal handwritten, hand-drawn artist. And so what I did was I actually drew the cannabis prisoners, and so there was 1,710 in the collection. That's 1,710, right? 710 for oil, and so that was a really big number. Most of these projects had like 10,000 of them, or 5,000, or whatever it may be. But what we wanted to do was we wanted to do something for the cannabis prisoners. So we selected 10 prisoners. So at 1,710, that means each prisoner technically had 170 different NFTs. And then what I did to make it even more special was all of the prisoners that got out of jail, like Corvain Cooper, Richard DeLisi, Randy Lanier, Jimmy Romans, and a few others, we made those one-of-ones. And so I drew all these cannabis prisoners. I was getting ready to drop the project, and then boom, the crypto market took a shit. NFTs ended up becoming, pretty much useless. And so I never put the project out. But I had all this artwork and all this idea to help the cannabis prisoners. And what the thought was, and what we were doing, was that each prisoner got their own wallet. So then that way, when you purchase the NFT at 0.2, 0.3 ETH, at the time 200 to 300 USD, that money was going to be donated to that particular prisoner. So 50% of the money would go to 40 tons, 50% of the money would go to the actual prisoner, but it would go to their wallet. That way, nobody could take their money. It was their wallet because it was on the blockchain. So each one of these prisoners had their own wallet. And so the theory was that if the person purchased this NFT for 200 USD, that by the time they got out of prison, it appreciated in value to whatever ETH was going to be worth, at the time that they got out of prison. So if they were to get $170, $200, whatever that adds up to, the thought was that would appreciate 3, 4, 5, 10x as cryptocurrency went up in value. Unfortunately, the crypto market and NFT went down. So I thought to myself, like, how can we repurpose this? And so I made accessories. And so I put together this pitch. I put it on like a 20-page deck, and I presented it to everybody that wanted to be a part of it. And I said, well, what if we put these on rolling trays, lighters, postcards? What can we do to make this thing still go? And Hemper supported. And so they gave us 10,000 rolling trays, 1,000 for each cannabis prisoner, so that we can now provide these units to people whenever they purchased our products in various places in the United States. And so we have these amazing rolling trays. They're metal, they're good quality. And so this is what this project represents. In addition to this, we have postcards. So just imagine if you are one of these prisoners and you get a postcard and it's a hand-drawn piece of art of you, right? The cannabis prisoners getting all these postcards, and it's them that are on it. Imagine what that's gonna make them feel like when they are in prison, because most of these guys are forgotten about. And to get a piece of mail is like gold. So not only are you just getting a written piece of mail, but you're actually getting a postcard that's you. Or let's say you send the Parker Coleman postcard to Dose Now, right? Or you send the Luke Scarmazzo postcard to Pedro Moreno, right? Just think about, the feeling that these guys are gonna get, that nobody forgot about them. And so this project was really near and dear to my heart. I really wanted to be innovative. I wanted to create a letter writing campaign that wasn't just some, letter writing campaign on pieces of paper, right? It was something that was visual, colorful, people would share, right? And so the whole purpose of this is to share that people are still locked up, so that more and more people know, so that we could do something about it. And so that's what we did. And so we came up with, you know, the Canna Convicts project. That's what this is called, the Canna Convicts. And because we never put out the NFTs, we decided, you know, to do something different. And so we partnered with companies like Hemper. We sold real estate, right? As you see, there's the Hemper logo that's on that. And in exchange for the real estate, they paid for all of these trays. And so we wanted to create this like cross-branding, cross-functional way of doing things, because we couldn't afford this. Imagine if we had to pay for 10,000 rolling trays, even if they're $5 a piece, that's $50,000 worth of rolling trays. We would never be able to do that without our partners and our sponsors. And so we're very appreciative of Hemper and those that have got behind this project. And so this is the Canna Convicts project, brought to you by 40 Tons. And so we hope that you support it. And that's where, you know, the origination of this story came from. And so Ryan Strauss, the original guy who did the artwork on it, is a phenomenal artist. Make sure you reach out to him if you want some commissioned pieces. Reach out to 40 Tons if you want to get involved with this project. And if you want to do a letter writing campaign with your company, but do it in an innovative way, we can do that, because on the front of the postcard is the artwork, but on the back of the postcard where you actually write is the 40 Tons logo and your logo. And so just think about the amount of people that are going to see that, not just the prisoner, but also the people doing the writing. And so thank you so much for supporting this project and this movement. 40 Tons believes that nobody should be in prison for a plant. Thank you.